Good morning. We have in the studio Kushil Gunasekara and Dhilharan Sivaratnam. Kushil Gunasekara from the Foundation of Goodness and Dhilharan from OIWay. Welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, Salia. Thank you very much for inviting us. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, Salia, for inviting us here too.
How do you manage to make sure the donors that you can, sustain Sinigama?
Yeah, it's a good question, Salia. So we as a business, we are looking to engage with our suppliers, connect them to Foundation of Goodness. We find that in Australia, we have all the opportunities. What is missing is probably the deep connection, what people get in Sri Lanka. So we have taken partners to Sri Lanka on a tuk-tuk ride, exposed them to the beautiful country, to the culture, and by doing that, they also get heart-centered with Foundation of Goodness and the work they do. And when they see it, it makes it easier. And going back to one of the things Kushil said, I think he's always exceeded expectations of what he called after-sales service, after-donor service. So our partners feel like they are part of Foundation of Goodness, they're stakeholders in it, and that makes it easier for us.
And if the word has to be spread here, I mean, Kushil does all the work there, and his organization is gigantic there. But how do you get the word out here? How do you manage to get the donors here? Is there any way we can sort of help in that way?
Word of mouth is the biggest thing with the donors coming on board. People can contact us or Foundation of Goodness through their website, and and get connected with them.
I mean, I think just to add on to what Dhilharan is saying is, whether it's Melbourne or whether it's Brisbane or Sydney, wherever, everyone has got involved with us in some form or the other. Because you're so much into cricket, I can tell you so many clubs have sent used cricket gear in good condition, and it has helped so many schools that are struggling, to buy cricket equipment. So like that, whether it's stationery or whether it's clothes or whether it's toys, everything that they can actually access. As I said, you need to do little things to get into the, every little drop of water fills the pot.
Yeah, so, I would just, when you talk about cricket, I've done a couple of tours, and I get guys to bring gear. Yeah. I mean, that's a very good point, that we can go to the schools here and make sure that they mention it at their assemblies. There are a lot of schools, and most of this gear just sit or get thrown in the bins. We can bring that gear out, donate it. It can be bats, pads, gloves, helmets, shoes, whatever it is. I'm sure we can make a program where we get that and send it across to you.
During the last 15 years, I can tell you, Australia-wide, 75 schools have toured our village to play cricket and engage in community aid work. And that has given a sense of belonging and a perspective to the kids coming there, seeing how they play cricket, having such little, and still being content and happy. Correct. And so many of them who have come to play cricket in our village have brought in, such amazing gifts, where we have been able to care and share and reach out to island-wide, rural disadvantaged communities. And if you take, England as well, there are about 200 schools have come. So every year we have, annually pre-COVID, we have about 50-60 cricket teams coming and playing, and there are repeats, like so many. I think you came as well, brought a team, and even the girls are now picking up to play cricket. So we have this
opportunity for women, girls,
and
women
in sport as well. We are driving. I think we might be one of the, or if not the only, non-governmental organization that promotes sports at this level. So because we have a sports academy, so because of that, I was we were very fortunate that all of the legends in different areas gave us funding to put up all these, whether it's MCC, whether it's Surrey, whether it's Bryan Adams, New South Wales, everyone. The list is far too long to mention everyone, but I'm very grateful to everyone who came to the village and offered, what is it that you want? I accepted everything. I have this story, but I can't wait without telling you. So my villa was affected with the tsunami with 30-foot waves rolling in. I battled it out, and then I was saved probably for a reason to rebuild back better. With 12 feet of water, and it was like the busing place because I gifted the villa, and so Aviva in the UK came and saw me building a primary medical healthcare facility, and they said to me, we can give you a dental clinic, would you want it? I said straight away, yes, I do need this. I didn't have any idea of dentistry or oral care hygiene, techniques of improving. But I knew this is the one last time someone is going to come to your doorstep and offer you a dental clinic. And today we have seen 26,000 patients from 48 villages and still counting, and only dental clinic free of cost island-wide.
Fantastic. These stories just amaze me. It'll amaze everybody out there. The work you do and the blessings that the two of you will get from all this stuff. And, what keeps you driving through? What keeps you driving through? When getting bigger and bigger, doesn't it become sort of, like a big tsunami coming at you? Doesn't it become tough?
Actually, this question has been asked by so many. I think post-tsunami, I thought, was the most difficult to rebuild better, but of course the funding compassionately was coming from everywhere, so there wasn't any concern at the time. But now you have to run it like a corporate. You have to showcase what you do, you have to strategize, you have to brainstorm, and the good thing is because all over the world there is somebody every single day wanting to tie up on a project or not, so it's amazing. Sometimes in this modern day and age, I remember someone writing to me saying a project in the north, it's about 4 years ago, and saying that after the war they were resettled and there were 35 families in a village called Aladi in Uduville. And 35 families, would you believe, 114 number had 2 toilets and 1 tube well. So when this came to me, I really worked very hard and immediately put up another 5 toilets and actually got 3 more tube wells into this village. But just imagine, our children or us, having that situation of going into 2 toilets with 140 people.
Jesus, these stories are just amazing. We probably can go the whole program here with the stories that you guys do. Just finally, Dhilharan, anything for you to say to the public? What do you want from this? What can you tell them? How can you help us? Your last word here.
Yeah, I think if someone out there wants to sacrifice a lunch or a dinner for $15, can feed a family of 4 for 2 weeks. And I think people in Sri Lanka are struggling at the moment. I think we have a responsibility to ensure that we do the best in Australia and support Australia, but it's also important not to forget where we came from. And if we can sacrifice $15 and feed a family of 4 for 2 weeks, that'll be amazing. And I think if they can get in touch with Foundation of Goodness to do that, that would be absolutely amazing.
And Kushil, parting word from you. You can talk. I'm sure. How many villages did you say?
So we now serve about 900 villages.
And how many offices?
15 centers, empowerment centers.
So when I came back in 2012, how many did you have?
So 2012, we would have had about 5. Yeah,
See, and
5.
in 10 years,
Yeah, so now it's 15.
we can do the whole program with your,
we are
with your
also
stories.
drawing on the board another 5 village heartbeat empowerment centers. In fact, this OIOB also supports through various donors another 3. So I think at the end, everything has an expiry time.
Not
so,
you. That's not going to be no expiry for you.
Everyone. So basically, let's say I don't know, probably by next year, I think we can get up to 20 village heartbeat empowerment centers. And to see kids learning with such passion, because we did this, there are so many experts. Again, another thing is they teach, they voluntarily come and teach. So, code for your future, planetary health, STEM education, agri-entrepreneurship, all these have come because we started these centers, and they are coming from top experts from overseas, and whether it's Sri Lankan origin or otherwise, they come and teach what they like to teach, and it's done so well. So I'm just saying, we are so blessed, right? We have everything, but we take a lot of things for granted. The problem is that when we don't get what we want, and we always say, why me? I'm always doing good things, and why me? But when we get a lot of nice things coming to Australia, right, and getting a good job, a car, a house, do they ever ask, why me? They don't ask.
True.
Right? But when something goes wrong, it's always, why me? So I think it's time always, and what you put into the universe is what you get back.
I was coming to that.
Yeah. So if you speak nicely, if you think of good thoughts, you do good things, everything comes back. And I can tell you hundreds of stories, how I've been blessed with so many people rallying around us to do more good work. And goodness is the one investment that never fails. And nothing multiplies so much as kindness. And I think the true measure of a person is how you support someone who cannot repay the favor. So, and gratitude will always be the best attitude. And make things happen. Don't worry, and things will work out.
That is Kushil and Dhilharan. There's no expiry for you guys. You're going to go on and make sure that it gets bigger and better for the future of that country. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing your information. And hey guys, it's only 3 coffees, 1 meal, a family of 4 for 2 weeks. Come on. Make sure that you get in touch with the website, get in touch with OIOB or the Foundation of Goodness. Thank you, Kushil. Thank you, Dhilharan.
Appreciate the time that you've given us. Thank you.